Okay, that's good. I don't have my laptop today, but I will be explaining you programming on an Arduino app. So, first of all, okay, can you guys see the screen of my Android phone? Okay, are you guys uh, think so it is causing problem, but okay, are you able to see the slides or not? Okay, so let's start. Okay, so today we'll be learning about the motor driver module. So there are when we try to operate motors, DC motors, we need a motor driver module with it. Can anyone tell why we need a module to operate a motor? Why can't we directly run a motor from Arduino? Yes, but a motor can also run on 5 volt. Okay, let me tell you the thing that RD while if we try to start a motor, it requires two things: voltage and current levels. Actually, the speed of the motor is directly dependent on the current. The maximum current that Arduino can deliver is in milliamps. Okay, it's about 20 or 30 milliamps. That is enough to glow an LED, but it is not enough to run a motor. A motor requires you can say that 0. 0.5 amperes, 0. 0.6 amperes. It depends upon the load, and it can go up to 2 ampere. Arduino cannot deliver such a current. So if we try to run a motor directly with the Arduino, uh, and the motor will try to draw current from the Arduino, and it can damage the pin of the Arduino, and and it can burn the microcontroller also. So for this purpose, we use motor driver module, which is L298N. The purpose of this motor driver module is to direct a battery current. Okay, for example, if we connect a 12 volt 2 amperes battery with the module, then it will direct that current to the motor according to the current and voltage level from the Arduino. So this is the motor driver module, and and here you can see that it has a total of 3 pins for its voltage supply. Here you can see these 3 pins labeled as 12 volt, ground, and 5 volt. So what's this? 12 volt and ground are the battery connections. Okay, we can use lithium ion batteries or any type of batteries which you can use. So 12 volt and ground will be for battery, while 5 volt will be coming out from this third pin. What is the purpose of this 5 volt? We can use this 5 volt to power up the Arduino. For example, if we have a 12 volt battery and we are doing an LFR or RC car project, so how we will be powering an Arduino, because so much current can burn the Arduino directly if we connect it directly with the batteries. So there is a 5 volt regulator in the module, so it will supply milliamps of current and 5 volt to power up the Arduino. So by coming to this these pins, these pins are known as Sorry for the interruption. Okay, these pins are used to control the motors. Okay, here you will see the enable A, input 1, input 2, input 3, input 4, and enable B. So let's focus on enable 1, 2, 3, and 4. Enable 1 and enable 2, sorry, input 1 and input 2 are used for this motor. Okay, while input 3 and input 4 are used for other motors. Okay, this module can uh, handle two motors at a time. If you want to run a motor, we will direct 5 volt in input 1 and ground at input 2. So why 5 volt and ground at input 1 and input 2? Because each and every electronic device, sensor, motor, anything of related to electronics will have two terminals. One is VCC and other is ground. Okay, so that's why we will provide VCC at input 1 and ground at input 2. And same is the case, we will provide VCC input at input 3 and ground at input 4. So it will run the two motors connected to the motor driver module. Okay, there is a question that what if I will provide ground at input 1 and VCC at input 2? Can anyone tell? Any idea? Anyone? No one? नहीं आइडिया किसी को. अच्छा, ये आपसे क्वेश्चन भी किया जा सकता है वैसे जो लैब होती है. तो अगर if we will reverse the terminals, then the direction of the motor will be reversed. For example, if I will providing VCC at input 1 and ground at input 2, the motor is running in clockwise direction, and if I will reverse the direction, okay, VCC at input 2 and ground at input 1, then the motor will follow the counterclockwise direction. So in order to reverse the motor direction, we reverse the polarities. Okay, so okay, now we comes on speed. The speed controllers are pin enable A and enable B. Enable A used for this motor and enable B is used for this motor. And here you can see that it is out 3 and out 4 and out 1 and out 2. Oh, okay, just a minute. I think someone has come in the meeting. Okay. So Usman, I didn't saw your message. Okay. So any question related to this module? Anyone? If you have any question. And please, if you have any question, ask me from mic not in chat because I'm not able to see the chat and deliver the slides at a time. Okay. Okay. Now moving towards is programming. Now for programming, we will be requiring very basic functions which we have already read. So the first point is that I have told you that in order to start a motor, we will have to provide VCC and ground to two terminals, and now we will be writing digital write. Okay, can anyone remember the function digital write? We have done it in the previous session of LEDs. So the digital write provides the 5 volt and 0 volt at a specific pin. If we will write pin number 3 and 1 or high, it will provide 5 volt directly at the pin, the specified pin. So we will write 0 to stop the motor and 1 to start the motor. Okay, so if we will write digital write 3 comma high or 1, it will provide 5 volt to the motor driver module, and that module will direct the battery power towards the motor to run at full speed. The motor driver module will direct the battery voltage. Okay, so what if we want to vary the speed of the motor? Think of a function which is used to control the voltage. Can anyone tell me, and anyone can remember? We have studied it earlier. Which function is used to control the variable voltage? Come on, anyone? No one? Okay. So that function is an analog write. Here is we have analog is used. Okay, analog write takes also two argument pin and value. And here the value is between 0 and 255. 0 means 0 volt, 255 means 5 volt. So if I will write half of it, for example, 127 point something. So if you provide me 2.5 volt and so on, it will map the value of 0 to 5 volt between 0 to 255. So if I will write an analog write pin number this and provide 255, so motor will run at full speed, and if I'm going to decrease the values, so the motor will run at half of it or slow. So here comes the programming. Mm, okay, this is more motors. So let's do the programming of it. Wait, are you guys able to see? Anyone alive? Okay, there is another. Let me in. Okay, the time is almost 6:20, and I suppose that I will not have to let in now if someone joins the meeting. Okay, so now comes to programming. I don't have my laptop today, but I will be programming on Arduino Loader, which is an Android app. So what's the first thing? Let us define. Okay, let's just start that we have to run the motor. Okay, we have to run the motor and then stop it. So if you are wishing to assign a variable or define a pin, then you can. But I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to write the pin numbers directly. Okay. The first thing is that serial dot begin 9600. Okay. And after this, we will have to define what. Can anyone tell? Which is the main thing which we will define here. You have learned it from the LED blinking program. Come on, guys. Okay. That's it. Pin mode, which is suppose let me 2 comma output. Okay, then another pin mode 3 comma output. Okay, we have defined our two pins for only one motor. Okay, 2 and 3 for motor 1 or motor A. Pins are defined, and now what we're going to do, we'll be directly going to while loop, and we will write digital write true comma 2 comma high. Okay, there is semicolon already built in, and after this we will be writing digital write 3 comma low. So okay, we have defined the polarities of our motor, that pin 2 will go high and pin 3 will go low, and we will be, after uploading the code, we will have a running motor which will be at full speed. And if you want to put a delay over here, delay of 50, let me go 200, delay of 200, and after this we can reverse the polarity of this. Just copy it and paste it over here, and just reverse the polarities, 3 and 2. So now, according to this code, we will have a motor, suppose running at in clockwise direction. It will run in clockwise direction for 0.2 seconds, and then it will reverse its polarity, and then it will uh, abruptly change its polarity, because I haven't given any delay at the end of the loop. So in this way it will work. Any questions regarding the work we have done till yet? Anyone? No? Okay. G. I've already told that time is in milliseconds. We have to provide the time in milliseconds. Okay. Yes, yes, I'm just moving towards that. Okay, now we will come to the analog part. So as I've already told, that we will be using this function, analog write function, um which in which we will be providing the values between 0 and 255. And I don't have the setup right now, but inshallah, when we will be on campus, we will demonstrate you all, and you all will be able to make LFR by yourself to compete in the different competitions. Okay, now coming on to analog write. Okay, can anyone tell that in the first session of Arduino introduction, I mentioned that Arduino has some pins with a slash on them. Can anyone remember what were the function of these pins? Anyone? Okay, no one. So let me get towards the Arduino diagram again. Let me see for the presentation of that. Okay, I don't have yet. Yes, it was for the variable output, but uh, the many of the people don't know, so I have to show them. I have to show to them that we will have Arduino, Arduino pins. Let me show you once again that, yeah, here you can see that in the digital part we have some pins 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11 have slash on them. The slash means that these are PWM pins, which is known as pearls with modulation. So this technique is used to vary the DC voltage. So these pins have special quality that they can that we can use analog function with them to provide a varying voltage. These are 3, 5, 6, 10, and 11. So let's suppose we use pin mode as uh, 5 comma output output. Okay, so now what we want to control the speed of the motor. We will just write analog, write pin number 5 comma, um, let's give us 2 200. 200 is quite large speed, but that's the 200. Okay, and after this analog, write 100, and let's just extend this delay to 1000. Okay, that's enough. And also delay of 1000. Okay, now what it will do, that it will start the motor at 200, which means that if you map the motor speed between 0 and 255, 200 will be some rpm. So but it will be slower than 255, and it will be slower than the previous code, in which we only wrote high and low. So it will run in, let's suppose, clockwise direction for 1 second, and after this it will reverse its polarity plus its speed. uh, i've made I have made a mistake right over here. Can anyone figure it out? आप सब लोग सो तो नहीं रहे, या म्यूट पे लगा के सो गए हैं? यहाँ पर एक गलती है. What? Can you repeat please? Can you repeat please? Okay, here I forgot to add the pin number. So this was a little mistake. So now it will reverse its polarity plus its speed, and its speed will be now 100. So this is a smaller line of code. Is when we are making an LFR, line following robot, and when a certain condition is here that we have a right turn. So what we will program? We program that for a right turn, we will have to increase the speed of our left motors and decrease the speed of our right motors. So in this way, it will turn towards the right. Imagine that a car is running forward, and you increase the speed of its sorry, left tires, and will decrease the speed of its right tires. That car or robotic car will move towards the right direction. So if a particular turn um, is encountered by our RC car, then we vary the speed of the motors in such a fashion that it will turn towards the right. So in this way, we can control the speed of our motors, and the wiring diagram and the hardware diagram uh, I will add in the slides, but you guys cannot understand it enough if you don't have any hardware regarding to it. So anyone having questions till yet? No one? Okay. So I hope that you have learned about how we can control our motors with it, and let me show you uh, wiring diagram also. Yes. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Actually, let me tell you one thing, that the motors which are used in drones are not DC motors. These are not DC motors. because DC motors don't have a special RPM that is required for drone. The motors which are used in drones are of brushless DC motors. Okay, these are brushless DC motors, and they have separate controller for that. Not this module, but they have separate controller for that, and they control that the speed of these motors because they works on the magnetic effect. For those who are in mechatronics and electrical also, you will learn about BLDCs soon. BLDCs is used in drones, not these DC motors. And let me show you the its wiring diagram. L298 and circuit diagram. Okay, here is our circuit diagram. Here you can see that there is a PWM signal, the motor AB at input 1 to input 3 4, and the speed controller at enable A and enable B. And here this is you can see that 12 volt, plus 12 volt, ground, and plus 5 volt are labeled, and these are the motors which are uh, controlled by it. I hope that you have learned about this now. Let's come to our last motor, which is the most important motor and is used in industries also. This motor is known as the servo motor. Now, servo motor is a special type of motor which is used for high torque. I hope that you have learned from FSC that what is torque. The torque is used to in such places where you have to apply large force to lift something or to rotate something or anything, but you have to require a large force. So servo motors are used for that. These motors don't run like the DC motors. They don't have high RPM, but they do have high torque, which means that suppose if I'm building a robotic arm and I need to lift something from the hand, I need that motor which can hold the hand in a specific position, and when the object is in the hand, the total weight of the hand will be increased. So the motor will be able to lift the hand of such a weight. So that motor is used is used, which is servo motor. There are also a motor which is known as one is servo and the other is stepper motor. But here we will be only learning the servo motor. So we give them the commands in the form of degrees. Servo motors, there are some motors which can rotate from 0 to 360. You guys also know that a motor completes its rotation in a circle which is from 0 to 360 degrees. But servo motors can rotate from 0 to 180 degrees. There are also special type of motors, servo motors, that can rotate from 0 to 360 degrees. But the most of the servo motors can rotate from 0 to 180 only. We give them a command that rotate to the 30 degree, and it will rotate itself to the 30 degrees. We give them command to rotate at 180 degrees. It will move towards the 180 degrees. Okay, in the programming scene, you will be required to install the servo library. I will share the link of the video which will guide you people to install the servo libraries. Okay, now coming towards its structure. Come on, buddy. Uh, This is the servo motor. This is very small little servo motor, but it is very expensive. This motor is of course almost 290 or 300 rupees, and this is very mini small servo motor, but it can hold uh, a very, you can say that household things, small household things made up of plastics, etc. So it will have three pins. One is brown, red, and orange. Okay, brown and red, I have already told you that each and every motor sensor in the electronics have its two terminals. So in the red we will supply 5 volt and in the brown we will supply ground. While in the orange we will supply the PWM signal or orange signal. This is the pin that we will be programming for 180, 360, 180 degrees, 90 degrees or 0 degrees as per our requirements. This is very very interesting, and you can make many projects as you want. For example, in my hostel room, there was a problem that I was used to sleep early, so my roommates uh, keep on playing PUBG and other things till 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. So they keep the lights on. So I made a voltage, a light dimmer. I placed the servo right inside of the bulb, and I, I I attached an ice cream stick with a card, a piece of card. Okay, so and connected my Arduino with the Bluetooth module. And when I was going from sleep, I just open the app and just give the command to servo to move from 0 to 90 degrees. So it moves the card paper to the bulb, and the light was dim, and the bulb that was facing front with me, the light intensity becomes so much dim. So you can make many projects if you want. You can make robotic arm to pick up the things. You can also make uh, automatic hand sanitizers. Uh, in automatic hand sanitizers, servos are used, and it has very large use at the industrial scale. The robots which are painting the vehicles and welding the vehicles are also controlled by servo motors. They are large and 11 kilovolts, 12 kilovolts, 12,000 volts. These servo motors lie on the robotic hands, and this servo motor is only for 5 volts. So in the next slide, we are going to see about our robotica. Yes, sorry, I didn't hear you. No, I've already told you that servo motor can rotate from 0 to 180 degrees. And if you want to rotate, if you want to turn on the tires, you can use a 360 degree servo motor. But again, the RPM will not be so much high. It mm, uh, it is not advisable to use it for the tires because you will not get the speed. It will move so much slow. And if you try to move it at high speed, it will burn the servo. Yes, yes. Okay, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can attach the tires with it. You can attach anything you want, but you have to foresee the application in which those things are being used. Okay, so here is the robotic arm. Yes, please. Okay. आह, अच्छा वैसे ना मैं भी जो है ना ये मैकेट्रॉनिक्स का ही हूँ। हमारा जब कंपटीशन हुआ था ना वहाँ पे कॉमसेट इस्लामाबाद में, मेरा रोबोट था, और मेरे साथ जो मध्य मुकाबला था वो पीआईडी कंट्रोल रोबोट था। पीआईडी कंट्रोल स्टैंड्स फॉर प्रोडक्ट सॉरी पार्शियल इंटीग्रेशन एंड डिफरेंशियल। ये असल में ना एक कंट्रोलर होता है जो कि ना लाइक आप कह सकते हो कि एक इंटेलिजेंट मशीन की तरह काम करता है। वो अपने आसपास की जो चीज़ें होती है ना वहाँ से डाटा लेके, अब आपको सिंपल लैंग्वेज में समझाऊँ तो जो हम कंट्रोलर, अगर हम एल एफ आर लेके जाएं आर्डिनो और सेंसर के साथ, हम लोग कंडीशन लगाते हैं कि अगर इस सेंसर पे ये वैल्यू है तो मोटर की स्पीड इतनी, इस पे ये अगर इन दो पे आगे तो मोटर की स्पीड इतनी, ओके। लेकिन वो जो पीआईडी कंट्रोल होता है ना, वो खुद ही कर रहा होता है मॉनिटर कि कौन सा सेंसर इस वक्त कहाँ पे और मुझे अपनी मोटर स्पीड कितनी रखनी है। तो वो खुद ही अपने आप ही मैनेज कर रहा होता है। इट्स लाइक इंटेलिजेंट मशीन। ओके, सो वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा ये फायदेमंद रहते हैं। लेकिन मेरे जो दोस्त गए थे यहाँ से, मेरे साथ थे, मेरा तो वहाँ पे जाके जो मोटर ड्राइवर मॉड्यूल था वो जल गया था वहाँ पे जाके ही। तो मैं तो डायरेक्ट आउट हो गया था। जो मेरे दोस्त थे वो साथ गए थे, तो उनके पास आर्डिनो और ये जो एच ब्रिज था, मोटर ड्राइवर मॉड्यूल ये था। तो वो लोग सेकंड आए थे, उन्होंने पीआईडी वालों को हरा दिया था। तो वो एक इंटेलिजेंट मशीन होती है, लेकिन अगर आप उसकी अच्छी कोडिंग करें तो वो काफ़ी कुछ, मतलब कि ना काफ़ी जो है ना ये फ़ायदेमंद साबित हो सकती है पीआईडी कंट्रोल। सो any questions else? Okay. Okay, now we are moving towards the robotic hand. So this is a 3D printed robotic hand, which is firstly made on the software, and then we built it according to our requirements. So here you can see that here is a large servo, here is another large servo, and here is the servo, and here is also the servo. So these are the servos, and you can see that there are three type of wires, which are blue, red, and green, red and yellow, coming from the servo motors. So in this format, we can control the robotic hand. I have also a robotic hand at in my hostel room. I made it from the ice cream sticks. Um, if we were on on campus, I might have shown to you, but when we will be on campus, I will demonstrate you each and everything which we have learned so far. So this type of robotic hand for mechatronics students, you can see it in our lab, which is robotics lab, uh, and it was also the project of our seniors. They control the robotic hand with by using the virtual reality. Uh, People play games, but they control the robotic hand movement from their own hand movement. So you guys can see this robotic hand at the robotics lab. Electrical students, you can also visit the department, and you can also visit the lab, but you have to uh, ask for the visit from the chairman. Uh, you will be able to see these robotic hand, and there is a very large robotic arm also in the center of the robotics lab, which is consists of large servo motors. You can also visit them. So this is the very major part of the industry. This, this servo motor, which you can if you will be able to learn it, and you will have some ideas, you can make your own ideas, and you can explore, and you can automate your own home, your own things. So this was of today's session. In the upcoming session, we will be learning servo motors and Bluetooth module. So till now, if anyone have question, please ask. Well, I suppose here.